get a clap from Bug? Excellent, Bug. And we go live in 3, 2.
My name is Annie Roth, and I am a journalist on assignment with National Geographic.
My name is Melissa Marquez. I'm a shark scientist aboard the Ocean Explorer.
And like Melissa said, we are aboard the Ocean Explorer, which is a huge vessel dedicated to science and media production. Right now, we're in mission control, watching a remotely operated vehicle descending down to, what have we got? How deep were we?
To 231 meters.
231 meters, and we are watching 2 submersibles that are already down at the bottom that are there to study six-gilled sharks, the biggest deep-sea shark out there. And they already have some fish down there and a tube filled with chum, and we're just playing the waiting game, hoping for these sharks to show up. We've already seen 2 of them, and we're hoping that another one shows up. And yeah, you excited?
Yeah, very excited.
We've been up for a couple hours, so bear with us. And meet our awesome ROV pilots.
Hi, I'm Olaf.
And I'm Ewan Button.
We've also got one of our sub-pilots over here.
Hi, I'm Buck Taylor.
Did you forget your name?
It's been a long night.
Yeah. So sharks are nocturnal, and so is the crew of the Ocean Explorer for the next couple days. And yeah, it's taking a toll, to be honest with you. But right now there are 2 subs down, and there are 3 people in each of them. And they are hoping to see the sixgills because they are conducting not only a ambitious filmmaking project to film these sharks in their natural habitat, they're also trying to tag them. So their goal is to attach 2 different kinds of tags to the sixgill sharks here to learn about their vertical migration or distribution, how they spend their time. They want to know what they're up to. They want to know how climate change is impacting them. They want to know what they're eating and just like what they're doing with their time. Who doesn't want to know? These sharks are awesome. Of course we want to know what they're doing. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about the sharks?
No, you've taken everything out of my mouth.
These sharks are super cool. They can grow up to 20 feet long. They can get as big as great white sharks. They haven't changed much since they shared the planet with dinosaurs. They have like really cool eyes. They have like a really small dorsal fin. It's like way in the back of their body. They're not like your typical shark. And they're kind of the kings down here. Their only predators are each other and queens. Hey, queens.
We're seeing females. They're the queens.
And yeah, the subs have had a lot of luck seeing these sharks over the past couple days, and they've even like bumped into the sub. So yeah, there's been some fun shark activity, and we're hoping to see some more here. Right now we're just looking at like a bunch of horse mackerel, and we saw an eel earlier. So just keep your eyes stuck to the feed, and you might see something neat. You know, if you like fish, then you came to the right place. We are on the Condor Seamount, which is a protected seamount here in the Azores, which is 800 miles off the coast of Portugal. It's an island archipelago. And the reason we've come here is there are a ton of these sharks. Fishing for these sharks here was banned several years ago, and this particular seamount is protected, so the population here is just thriving. And it's no coincidence that every night these subs have been down, they've seen one. And it's a sign of a really healthy ecosystem overall here. When there's a bunch of top predators, it just speaks volumes about the health of the entire ecosystem. Yeah, it's fun to see. I'm having a great time.
Cheers.
Definitely not tired at all. And
Guys down there are playing the waiting game, that's for sure.
Yeah, the people in the sub have been down there for quite some time, but they brought some snacks, keep them entertained and fed, so that's good.
These card
So-
games.
Yeah, we've got the 2 subs, Nadir and Neptune. Neptune's a science sub, so we have 2 scientists on board and a pilot, and then Nadir is our filming sub. We have a director, cameraman, and a pilot, and so you can't see Nadir at the moment. She's in the dark, hiding out of the way, and I've been piloting the last few nights. I'm out tonight, but just to see those sharks. You've spent a lot of time the last few days just to see those
Every
sharks cruise by and cruise in it's impressive, isn't it?
It's amazing. I mean, it really is like looking at a dinosaur, essentially, just a dinosaur of the deep. They're absolutely...
Oh!
Yeah, here comes
Coming in
Mola.
bottom left,
Hey!
bottom left.
Come on.
Oh,
Here she comes.
Look
Wow.
at you.
Slow moving, but so powerful.
wow.
They get the nose under the sub.
oh.
and
So
then
this
come
is
on,
a
come on.
This is
12
a
meter
perfect
wide sub.
shot.
Come on.
So,
She needs to
Come
drop
on.
down.
oh boy.
No.
So,
No, baby, come on.
the sub that the shark is in front of is a sign sub. So there is
getting a nice
two
view.
spear guns mounted on the top that are armed with tags.
Come on,
Which is how
turn
they're
around,
trying to
baby.
attack these sharks. This shark didn't get quite in range, but look how huge it is.
Turn.
The sub is like 12 feet across, and so you can kind of see by perspective how big this shark is.
Well, that tube on the seafloor is 1.8 meters long. as well.
Yeah. And so what the scientists are waiting for, we have 2 green lasers that shine out from the sub, and they're in line with the 2 spear guns, and they're waiting for that to go just below the dorsal, or just below the sort of lateral line.
Yep.
Or above the lateral
lateral
line, into the sort of muscle there. So it's tough for the guys, you know, moving the sub around quickly, and so
Ooh.
they have to sit and
Here it
wait
comes
for that
again.
shark to
Come
in
back
position.
Come on,
around.
baby. Come on.
Wow.
And so they're very patient, these guys. They'll just sit and wait and get the
For
perfect shot.
hours and hours.
Hours and hours.
We run out of snacks. We cry a little.
And you've been in that sub, it weighs 8 tons.
Yeah.
When they want to move the sub, they'll move the sub, won't they? The
Yeah.
sharks.
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
100%.
They'll
I
put their
mean,
nose underneath
they're-
and just push you around.
it's a bit funny how easy these sharks move.
Hold on, coming back around. What's that? What's from the bottom? No, wait. Where is it?
It's just underneath
And
us.
they-
Oh, it's
been-
underneath us.
The sharks
Just
have been
underneath
doing this every night.
The shark is
They'll pick
underneath
up
the
on
RV.
scent and start circling round and gradually hone in and work out where the bait is.
So it's
So
It disappeared.
It's underneath
disappeared.
us.
It's just underneath us.
No, it's disappeared. You guys sucked it up. Do you remember how I said that you were gonna do like alien abduction stuff? You've alien abducted the shark.
So, if you're just tuning in, we just saw a six-gill shark, and we are watching
There it comes again.
Oh,
Oh, come on, baby.
incoming.
here we go.
No, get
She's
closer.
picking up that scent.
Get closer.
She just
So they can't just
goes-
tag the shark anywhere. It has to be in the perfect spot on its back.
Oh, come on.
Here. Oh, this is looking
No,
pretty. Oh,
no. Come
wow.
If she turns
Turn.
to the
Turn,
left now,
turn.
she's going to go to the bait bar, and there's fish on the bait bar. She can bump her nose.
Of course she is.
Wow, the sub's getting a real show right now.
So the 3 guys in the sub, they'll
Oh, they just.
they'll
you just
have a
booped
front
the
view.
sub.
Yep,
Oh my god. Oh,
Wow,
that's a big
Look
shark.
at that.
okay.
That's a
Just
big
go
shark.
off, I guess.
To give you an idea of size, that's 4 meters.
Wow.
Yeah.
4 meters. Wow, that was such a dramatic shot just
about
now.
max size for them, isn't it, Buck?
Sorry?
20 feet, it's about max size for them.
Wow.
That we know of. Yeah. So on average, they're
Yeah, they
like
get a little
14,
bit bigger than
18.
that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Up, turn
Bit bigger than
around.
that. Here she
Coming
comes
back.
again.
There she
Come
goes.
on.
It's all about that scent. And you
Oh,
can
you can see her
eyeball.
eye.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those eyes are amazing. They just roll around in their head.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
beautiful shark.
So
They are.
the tags they're trying to attach to the shark will allow scientists
Here
to.
she goes.
Oh,
Come on, baby girl. Come on. Yes. Come on.
If she turns.
Turn.
oh boy.
Turn.
Turn.
Now, so the problem is we have to.
She's just teasing the sub.
Place that bait, but I think there's a bag of fish blood in that corner.
Ah.
Yes.
And
Oh,
so she's,
yeah, that's
she,
true.
She, her
Excellent,
nose
good.
is very, very good. She knows exactly where that is.
Wow, imagine being in the sub right now. They're really getting
It's
the
pretty
full
awesome.
experience.
We've
Wow.
we've had that.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing them geting that close, and
Oh, she got it.
Oh.
Got the bag.
that's it.
Ooh.
We're never seeing that bag again.
No, it's
Wow.
well,
Before we go though, won't we, Buck?
it's well protected. She can't get hold of it.
There
So,
she goes.
Julian,
I don't
It's a
think
little
she's
bit-
done with us
a
yet.
little bit of a tease, but we do leave some behind. Well, they normally will pick bits off the bar.
There she goes.
What a beautiful fish.
Wow.
Great shot, Jeremy.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's stunning.
Oh, a
Oh,
little
she's
bit of a
turning.
turn.
Come on.
She can't get enough.
Yeah. And they've been doing this every night. They come in, they have a sniff, a nibble, then they'll pull away again. They might get spooked with all lights, and they'll just cruise back in again. Great work with the ROV guys.
We're getting so lucky with this right now. This huge shark. Really just, so interested in the bait. You must have really stabbed it up good.
Yes.
She's just
Kind of in the
cruising
darkness
on the edge
now.
of the lights.
But yeah, scientists want to. Oh, what's going on?
She's on the
Yeah,
starboard
she-
side. Comes.
yeah.
She's going to come in from the
She's
sub.
turning.
No, it's the same one.
Same one, she's just turning.
Yeah.
So yeah, scientists want to attach a tag to this
Is she
shark
turning in?
that
She's
will.
here,
She's
on
coming
the
in
starboard
high.
side.
Right on that
Coming behind
side.
the sub. Yeah.
Okay, copy that.
Scientists want to put a camera tag and a satellite tag on these sharks,
It's going
allow
over
them to
the-
see what they're doing,
Just over the sub now.
Over the top.
where they're spending their time,
Jamie?
what they're eating,
Just over the sun.
all kinds of things that we have not really been able to study because of how inaccessible these sharks are.
How important are they to the ecosystem?
Take it away, shark expert.
No,
Oh.
you've been doing a great job.
Well, they're the apex predator down here, so having them in such healthy numbers really just speaks volumes about how healthy the ecosystem is.
Oh yes.
They're
Here she comes. Nose in.
That's another one. There's another
There's-
one because it's.
Oh, that's
two?
smaller.
Yeah, that
There's
is.
another one.
Yeah.
We've got double shark time. Wow.
Wow.
And we've
It's
also
really shark
seen-
o'clock over here.
Yeah, we've also seen the last couple of nights when you get more than one shark at the same time. The big sharks, they're very dominant, and the small ones will disappear quite quickly. And it's very obvious when a larger shark comes into the area because they just scamper.
The only predators these sharks have are each other. So if you're a smaller sixgill, a big sixgill is
Yeah.
like kind of scary.
Keep
It's
out the
very
way.
sus.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're mostly scavengers. Is that correct?
Yeah. So they are ambush predators. They do scavenge. They're opportunistic.
So I would imagine that helps keep the ecosystem pretty healthy too.
Yeah, definitely.
Hard to sex from this angle, but we've been seeing mostly females, haven't we?
Yeah,
And
we've
any
pretty much
reason
seen.
why?
We have no idea. I mean, one of the things about deep sea sharks, it is hard to study them, and so being able to get to do so from a sub is something that we're very privileged to
Oh,
be able
here
to
she
do.
is.
Oh,
It's
come
So-
back.
Incoming.
Getting to see them in situ or getting to see them in their environment like this is a really cool, rare opportunity. So yeah, we don't really know that much about their population structures and dynamics.
There's a lot of unanswered questions about these sharks, which is why it's so important to have scientists studying them like this. It's a real treat for science to have ROVs and submarines at their disposal. The local scientists here that are working with Ocean Explorer, they're pretty stoked, to be honest. Getting tags on these kind of sharks before was less than ideal. They would catch them at depth and pull them up to the surface, put tags on them, and the experience kind of messed with their behavior for several days, and it was traumatic for the sharks. So to be able to attempt to tag them down here and observe them down here is a really special opportunity for scientists. And they can come back around, or
It's around there somewhere.
Yeah. Out in the gloom. And we've also got the other sub, the filming subs on the left-hand side of this scene. She sat there with all the lights on, and she gets a much better view as well because she can look out into the dark and see what's going on.
yeah, so we're the subs down here are not just trying to do science. There's a like Buck was saying, there's a media sub. So that sub is going to give people a really unprecedented look at these sharks, and they've never really been filmed like this before. They've just spent so much time down here over the past couple of days filming them in different locations around the Azores, and it's a treat for people who tune to National Geographic Channel too in the future.
Tickety-boo.
If you stumbled upon us while scrolling absentmindedly, what up? We're watching sharks. Lucky you, you came at the best time. There's two sharks circling these submarines. And you've probably never seen a shark like this before, so like, don't keep scrolling, just keep watching. Unless you hate fish and sharks, then just please.
We
By
don't
all
think
means.
You can't sit with us.
And they're not that scary, really, are they?
No.
Beautiful, not scary.
Sharks are friends.
Aren't they also called cow sharks? These
Yes.
sharks? Yeah. See, like, cute name, cute sharks. What's not to love?
You're a shark expert yourself. Why am I here?
Hardly.
You can
I'm.
take my job.
I'm just what you call a shark stan. Big fan of the sharks.
Screaming.
Is that the shark alarm?
Yep.
Perfect. Code red on the shark alarm.
Perfect.
Melissa, how can you tell what sex they are?
Oh.
Shark incoming.
Look, it was a shark alarm.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Come on, baby.
Just coming on the
On the
port
left.
side.
Okay, bottom left, thank you. Medium left. Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Bottom left.
Medium left.
Tell people.
So welcome to my TED Talk where I talk about shark claspers, aka shark penises. That is how you can tell whether a shark is a female or a male. They basically have two extensions of their pelvic fins, which are the fins beneath their body. And and so you have two of them because there are two pelvic fins, and that they're shark penises. There you go. I did literally a TED Talk
Penises?
about them. Penises.
Penis off.
Penis eye? Maybe? Yes. Peni?
All right, moving on.
We keep it classy here, not
And anyway, girls don't have those. So let's get that
That's
right.
how we can tell whether they're.
Boys have two
Boys or
and girls don't have any.
Mm-mm.
And the girls are bigger, right?
Girls do tend to be bigger, yes. This is why they are the queens of the ocean down here.
We saw one a couple of days ago, and she was so wide.
Oh,
so
yes.
wide. You know, it'd be great to be able to do an ultrasound to see if she had pups inside.
Yeah,
It was
there's some
huge.
big sharks here.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. And it's really interesting because the subs are about 8 tons.
Yep.
Yep, 8 tons. And these sharks can bump them and move them like nothing.
Yep.
So that tells you how strong they are.
Nose underneath, a quick flick of the tail, and
Yeah, pretty much.
Must be fun for those in the sub.
Oh, incoming.
Yeah.
Port side.
Oh,
There we go, baby.
Yes.
yeah, just about to
All
come
right,
to the left.
coming from the left-hand side.
There she is.
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, this
Hey,
is.
girl,
If
hey.
she turns now onto the bait, this will be a great tagging opportunity.
Come on.
10, 10, 10.
Come on, baby girl.
She's thinking about it.
Yo!
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Girl.
This could be.
Get it.
No!
Oh.
You tease.
She's like, nah, forget it.
She's smart.
And you have to be so careful with those triggers and not get trigger happy. And it's so frustrating because you can see the lasers coming onto the shark, but you know you need to.
It's the right. You've got to
you need
get it in the
put dart
perfect
the
spot.
Mhm.
right place so it's safe for the shark, and you know
Yep.
the tag's gonna stay on. So
They only really have like one shot. They can't reload.
2.
Two. Well, for each tag, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no reloading down there. They have to come back up. So
And it
has-
takes hours to come back up and reload everything.
oh, we're pretty good. Hour and a half now.
That's
Ooh.
true. No, I know. That's how long it took last. Trust me, I was there. I know how long.
If you're just tuning in,
Sat there eating
we just
cookies.
saw a 6-gill shark, and it was so awesome. And we're hoping she comes back. She's like the size of the sub. And yeah, we're here in the Azores. We are, how deep are we?
231 meters.
231
look
meters
up there.
down, which is hardly as deep as these sharks can go. They can go, how deep?
700? Somebody said?
Deep.
Over 1,000
Deep.
feet deep. These sharks hang out super deep, and scientists think they come up to the shallower waters to feed. But there's lots of unanswered questions about these sharks because they're very mysterious. They're very hard to study because they spend so much time in the deep, and that is why we have a submersible down here trying to tag them and answer these questions, and like just check out cool sharks because who doesn't like to do that? You clearly do. You're tuning into this, so hey, welcome to the party.
How many people are in that sub?
3
There's-
people.
There's 3 people in each sub. Yeah, so the science one has 2 scientists and a pilot, and the media one has a director, camera person, and a pilot as well. So
So can you explain where the media sub is right now? I don't think we can see it.
no, and it's probably the media sub's down there. And we're creating an arena, so we have the ROV up above, the Neptune, which is the science sub with the lights on that you can see there, and then the media sub Nadir to the port side. Now she's completely blacked out, so the sharks, and they will tend to ignore her. And so we're creating this arena of light. The sharks are coming in. We've got the bait there, so they cruise in, they get the scent, and we've placed that based on experience, so that we, try and get them to line up in front of the tagging devices, and we can get those tags in. But now it's the waiting game.
If you're thinking that the people in the subs have the best jobs in the world, you're right, they do.
Thanks. But don't tell my boss that, because he'll cut our pay. But these ROV boys are quite lucky as well, because they get to do the same. But
I was going to say.
They
can
can
eat
go for a cup
popcorn.
of tea halfway
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah, Buck, do you want to explain how the bathroom works in the sub?
Bathroom, okay. We can do liquids, but we're not very good at solids, so just bear that in mind when you come in. It's not very discreet. If you imagine 3 of you in an acrylic sphere with a internal dimension of 2 meters.
Cameras
So
everywhere.
Cameras everywhere. You hold up a little towel for a little bit, discretion, to be discreet there. But we have these things called travel johns, and they're unisex, and they turn urine into, I would say, it's meant to smell nice, but I would say
No.
acceptable smelling gel.
Oh.
Yes, so you can then handle it in a semi-hygienic way. But yes, it's funny though, we, 8 to 10 hours in a sub, people think, oh my God, what do you do? And I tell people to stay hydrated. The chemical reaction to take out the carbon dioxide, because you're in a sealed unit, actually dehydrates you. And so you can come out with a headache. So if you just treat it as, a normal day, sat here, drink normally, and it's a time machine. You jump in for a 7-hour dive, and it goes like a flash.
Wow.
It really does. So, and hopefully we're going to get you in next couple of days.
Ooh, I hope so. That'd be so cool.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Get some shark action.
Would literally die.
Right, come on, sharks. Keep seeing shadows, but it's just the smaller fish casting big shadows down there.
There's still plenty of bait down there. That's why the fish are still circling so close. So there's good enough reason for the sharks to come back.
Yeah, and although those fish along the bait tube are eating our bait, they're actually stirring it up. So they're doing a good job to send that the fish and blood into the water column and get it out there as a scent trail.
And compared to the past couple days, this is not even that many fish. There's been swarms of fish surrounding the subs the past couple nights, so much that they could barely see through them to find a shark.
Yeah. Olaf, explain what it does to your instruments. When you've got that many fish in your...
Well, we have a altimeter on the bottom, or DVL on the bottom of the ROV, and if the fish swim underneath, it does tend to give us a false return on the acoustics, so it can push the ROV off into a different direction if we're in station keep, or give us a false return on the altitude, which then can kick us up or down. Yes.
I get shouted at by Buck for coming down too quickly. Come down 5 meters.
That's because we
That's
think,
not 5 meters!
that's because we think you're going to squish the sphere. When we see everybody thinks of an ROV as quite a small vehicle, but imagine a minivan coming at you at 20 miles an hour, and you're sat on the bottom of the seabed in this delicate little plastic sphere, and you know that Olaf and Ewan are upstairs with big smiles on their faces. It adds to the excitement anyway.
ROV, stop!
Stop!
And the bag is full.
So where are these sharks? Come on.
Yeah, sharks. Giving us a little tease. If you missed it before, there were 2 huge sharks. We're not bluffing. They were here. So we're just playing the waiting game. and keeping an eye out for anything else that wants to show up. The past couple nights, random animals have shown up. Like there was a Mola Mola just hanging out, which was quite a sight to see at depth. And yeah, I want to see some more sharks though, because they're kind of what's popping down here.
Yeah. I think the most amazing scene this week was I was sat in the media sub filming, looking up, seeing the other sub and the ROV, which is pretty amazing anyway. And you get this whole arena, and as you say, the Mola Mola just gliding in, and then a sixgill underneath, and you have to pinch yourself because it's just completely unreal.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. We're in a special place here.
Yeah.
Really are.
Yeah, it's no coincidence that there's so much awesome life here. The protections for this particular seamount, the condor seamount, and the surrounding waters are really good. And so when you protect marine ecosystems, this is what you get. Tons of fish, tons of sharks, perfect balance. Sometimes so many fish that you can't see the sharks, but that's fine because that's what we want to see when we're not filming.
We prefer it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if it makes filming a little more difficult.
Very often we'll get to seamounts and all you'll find is very little life and just fishing gear everywhere on the bottom, and it's just it's soul destroying.
And litter.
Yeah, litter,
Pick
beer
up your
bottles,
litter.
plastic, and yeah, it's whereas this is amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Worth staying up late for.
Yeah, definitely. So what? Yeah, those guys will be probably getting into the chocolate stash by now. They've got their they've had their evening meal, which Kirsty and the girls would have prepared, but they'll be getting fired into the chocolate and playing the waiting game.
How good is the meal on board the subs?
How good's the meal? It's
Yeah.
great.
That's amazing.
The people who go in the subs bring plenty of snacks because they're down there for a while, and yeah, watching sharks eat chum, I guess, makes you hungry.
It's not the healthiest environment because you just sit there and eat food all day and don't actually move very much. So.
All right.
Just need those sharks to pick up on the scent trail now.
Why don't you zoom in on the seafloor a little bit and we can talk about the corals. Is that possible?
Yeah, these
Oh.
whip corals?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can zoom in on that a bit.
So yeah, if you see those long, thin strands coming from the seabed, those are whip corals. And then the yellow ones, I believe, are sea fans. There's a purple sponge down there somewhere. I lost track of it, but like, you guys have your eyes on the screen. Find it.
It's actually
Purple
right by,
sponge.
it's right by the chum flute there somewhere. That purple one is.
Oh yeah. And don't worry about what you see with the plastic drum and the plastic tube. Everything we take down, we bring back up again. And very often we'll bring trash back up with us if we see it, and we've got space to put it on the subs or the ROV. So
Yeah.
we generally bring back more than we take down.
The ROVs and the subs have mechanical arms that they can use to pick stuff up and pass stuff to each other, which is very funny to see, honestly.
Can you give us a wave with your arm?
I can give you a wave with the arm.
Oh, yeah.
Try not to scratch the camera lens.
Without scratching the camera lens.
Yeah.
Maybe we should bring the camera in a little bit.
See, Jamie's going to shout at me now for suggesting that because he's.
Well, we just need to retract.
Concentrating.
We just need to retract it on its tray a little bit.
Yeah.
don't we?
And you know this is when the shark.
will come.
Yeah, exactly.
Zooming it out and straightening up.
So each of the subs have one arm each,
You might want
but
to.
the ROV has
Okay.
two
Yeah.
arms.
What's that?
You want to? I'll turn my head in, so keep the camera in the light.
That's
Yeah.
just the subs talking there. So.
Okay.
Good there?
What's that, Lee? Was it shark or not? Any sharky or not? No.
He's asking for permission to turn on the ROV lights.
Okay. That's you can hear in the background the two subs talking to each other, and then we can talk to them in mission control. And then we also have a tracking system, so we know where the 2 subs are, we know where the ROV is, and
I'm going to pull the tray in a bit.
the ship can follow all the different assets around this seabed.
What's that?
What are we looking at?
Copy.
Yeah.
Zoom in center. Hold on. There's like a, oh, maybe it's gone. It was like a very long fish.
Just
Maybe my eyes just like
show
fixed
these
on me.
arms.
No, I wait until the
Yeah.
arms moved.
So we're coming up towards the end of our time together. So if you stumbled upon this, thanks for watching. And if you appreciate
stop
sharks
there.
and fish as much as we do, then you're really cool. We should hang out.
And Ewan's just going to give us a little wave with his arm. Does that
Wow.
mean it's a goodbye wave?
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
Hey!
The claw.
Aw.
There you go.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.